We've all heard the stories. I once caught a fish this big.
Big Florida bass.
Or this was the one that got away. But what's the story behind all of those tales? What drives people to oceans, lakes, and streams? Is it to connect with nature? Is it to live out man's oldest occupation? Or is it a chance to heal the soul with a time-honored family tradition? Yeah! In fishing, there's the hunt, there's the challenge every time you hit the water, there's the camaraderie.
You want to put like a 10 push-up wager on it?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then there's the story. My guest today is Zach Netton. He's a cancer survivor that will change your perspective on life.
Zach!
Hey, how's it going, Ronnie?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
My pleasure to meet you, my friend. You ready to go smack them? Oh, my goodness. I am so excited about fishing today. Fish are waiting for us. Let's go get them, Zach.
Let's go get them, man. Let's get it. It'll be a great day.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna smack them. Bam! Oh, man. Bam!
Can't wait to feel that first hit on the speed worm. I'm gonna absolutely light it up. Right here. The wind is nice and calm back here too. Oh,
Yeah.
This is perfect. I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Drop her down here.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do, Zach, we're gonna fish inside this little hole. You see there's like a boundary of lily pads that's kind of covering us. And we're gonna stay inside this lily pads because first of all, it's blocking the wind pretty good. And then it also is a good place for fish to feed early in the morning. And we're getting ready to go to work. So what we're gonna do is take this worm and you're gonna stick it in here. You want that so it's weedless.
Yeah.
And now you're ready to roll.
Ready to rock.
There he is.
Oh boy.
Ah!
This grass?
He had it.
You did?
Yeah.
Get it right back over there.
So you notice we're on the back side of this wind. They're getting out of this wind. We've got 3 bites. Get him, Zach. I'm gonna throw out here. And I'm just gonna real slow. They're all on the back side of this wind. That first bite is amazing. Seeing what they're doing. All right, girlies, where are you?
Yeah. You want the net?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Come
man.
here, girl. Come here.
There it is. That's a nice one.
Not bad. Well, how about that trash? It's about time somebody want to eat this morning.
Finally hungry.
I mean to tell you, man, where have these fish been hanging out?
You get him just right off in there?
You're supposed to eat a lot sooner than this. Great fish. Tell you what, he's right off that edge, and you can't beat catching a big
Good job,
little
man.
football fish. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it. Had the Zach mojo on him.
Go get some more.
There you go. Fish on. Fish on. Fish on.
Literally hit it right as it hit the water.
No way.
Right as it hit the water.
Good fish.
I think. I don't. Yep,
Yeah.
there he is.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's a little guy.
It's okay. He's a fish.
He got the weeds though.
He didn't take long, did he? But that tells us something.
Right as that spinnerbait hit the water, literally.
No kidding.
Didn't even get to reel it in. There we go. I called it, man.
Yeah, you called it.
I
Zach
told you
made
it
a
was gonna be a
call.
spinnerbait.
What's gonna happen the rest of the day? Spinnerbait bite.
Hey, it's a start.
That's
you know?
all that matters,
Around
man.
here, we're working hard.
That's a beautiful thing. Zach, good call, buddy.
Felt bigger because it had the weeds on it.
Well, we always have salad with our fish here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, I didn't even get to set the hook. Literally hit the water. I tightened the lineup and bam, he's right there.
Wow. Well, that tells us something. You called it, man. That is awesome.
Good. Look at this guy back in the water.
Yeah. Man, I'm so excited to have you on my show today. It's just so awesome to have you here. I mean, I was just thrilled when I first read your letter. Tell me about how that happened. What prompted you to write my website and contact me about being on the show or just find a little more about a fishing story?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm pretty excited whenever your show's on. I always switch to it, and I know at the end of your show, you have the little saying, you know, if you have a cool fishing story, submit to our website.
Tell me about where did you learn your fishing prowess from? I mean, from what I understand, since like 2 or 3 years old, or where did it all come from?
Yeah, basically ever since I could hold a fishing pole, I've been down at the dock fishing. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple lake places that I can go up to and fish at, and my grandparents, both sets of grandparents, have really taught me a lot about it. So ever since I was little, I've been on the dock with a little Snoopy pole, fishing bluegill, and then, you know, eventually you get a bass once in a while, and then you just kind of catch the bug from there, and just you either have it or you don't, and I definitely do.
Well, it's amazing. You come to Florida and you see it's a little bit different terrain than lakes up in Minnesota.
We got largemouth bass, but we also have smallmouth bass too, which are super fun to catch.
Okay.
I like northern pike fishing a lot too.
Oh, I've seen that big one you caught, man.
Yep, the big one I caught, those are pretty ferocious. And we got muskie, we got panfish like we do down here. Walleye too. Minnesota's big on walleye.
Okay.
A lot of walleye fishermen. So.
Great eating fish
oh, yeah,
too.
they're delicious.
Man.
Can't beat them.
What do you think about fishing in Florida?
You guys got loads of grass down here. We don't have so much grass up north. It's more just submerged weed beds and whatnot. But I'm looking forward to using some of the tactics I learned down here up north. See
what did you learn, man?
Oh, that worm that we were using is great. The Gary Yamamoto Senko.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna get some more of those. Throw those out there, and hopefully we can land some like we did today.
Well, that's a staple around here. If you got a Senko, man, you can go at any lake, north, south, east, or west, and you can catch them.
Absolutely.
Fish. There you go. Nice one. Nice. He hit it as soon as it went down. Come on, baby. Come on to daddy.
Yeah, that boy. That's a nice one too.
Yeah. Oh. And I let you know, baby. Great fish. Hit it as soon as it hit the bottom. Boom, boom. I am here for it. Great Florida bass, moving a worm. And I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. Florida bass. So tell me about your story, Zach. You have, first and foremost, I commend you on your maturity. That says a lot about not just you, but the great parents you have.
Oh, my mom and dad are great people. They've really raised me well, and they were really supportive through the whole situation and supportive of me coming down here. They basically backed me in whatever I've been doing, so I've been really grateful for that. And then I got some great siblings too. I got a brother, 2 stepsisters, and a stepbrother that really stick with me through everything too, so I've been really grateful.
I'm sure you've talked about your story with cancer a million times, but our audience would like to hear about it. Tell me, how did you find out and what occurred and how you've been able to make it through it and be so strong and be where you are today?
Yeah, well, first I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is stage 4 is pretty developed. So, and it was so developed because I had just one of the symptoms. There's A symptoms and B symptoms. B symptoms are like weight loss, night sweats, stuff like that, and I didn't have any of that. So it wasn't the first thought in the doctor's mind when I went in to get stuff looked at. The only thing was I had a really terrible cough for almost a year. And we were on vacation towards the end of the summer. We were up in Brainerd, Minnesota, which is a pretty popular lake area up there, and I just still wasn't feeling very well, really lethargic, sluggish, coughing a lot. And my mom was like, finally, okay, we gotta see one more doctor. We're not gonna go without an answer for this. So finally, it was the 3rd day of my freshman year of high school. I went into an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they didn't really find anything conclusive. And finally, my mom ordered a chest x-ray, and they're like, well, we're not really lung doctors, but we can definitely order a chest x-ray if it'll make you feel better. So I go back to school, and then I'm in math class, and I get a call saying that my dad's here to pick me up. I get in the car and Dad's like, oh, we got to go to the hospital. He's like, well, they looked at your chest x-ray and they think that you have an aortic aneurysm, which is obviously a big deal. So we went to the children's hospital at the University of Minnesota and they did a bunch of scans and whatnot, and they found it wasn't an aortic aneurysm. They went more towards the cancer route, and they found out that it was lymphoma. And originally my first stint in the hospital was 8 days there. I was getting treatment, started chemo a couple of days later, and then that was in September of 2012, and I finished chemo in January of 2013, and then I had radiation treatment up until March of 2013.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I've always told people when I tell them my story is that I wouldn't change having cancer. I would change certain parts about it, some of the tough parts, but I wouldn't change being diagnosed and having it, because I think it has made me a better and stronger person, and I think it'll just continue to benefit me later in life no matter what endeavor I choose to pursue.
God, I love it over here. This is perfect. And he hit it as soon as it went down.
Yeah?
I mean, it didn't even get down good. And he's like, don't. I got a bite before that one, and I wasn't sure if he was just reeling through that stuff. There he is again. Got him. There you go, Zach. Oh! You felt him?
He was right.
He was on it, huh?
He was right there.
Nice hook set, though. You can't do nothing about the hook set because that was a good hook set, bro. I was teasing you earlier today about being an old soul. You like vinyl records, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What is that? Vinyl records.
I'm just a big music fan in general. I know you and I were talking about it earlier. I'm a big jazz fan. And just, I think it was about a year and a half ago, it was last summer, I decided, you know what? I want to get a record player and I want to start getting some records. So I just found a cheap one on Amazon, ordered it, and then got my first record, and it just took off from there. It's kind of like the fishing bug. Once you get the fishing bug, you just take off. Once you get the vinyl record bug, you can't stop.
That is so awesome, man. And then you play drums too, man.
Yeah.
You beast on the drums.
Yep.
I mean, you do it all.
I took lessons in elementary school, and then eventually migrated to the drum set in middle school, and then past that, I just kind of jam with friends now, and go on YouTube occasionally, kind of like I do with the fishing videos, just to pick up tips on what to do, kind of learn a little bit. And music is a big part of my life, so it's cool to be able to do that.
Well, I understand you also have an academic prowess as well.
Yep. My junior year, I started taking AP or advanced placement classes, and then I ended junior year. And I'm like, you know what? I wanna do something more with this. So I'm in a program called PSEO, which is post-secondary education options. So I take a couple of my core classes at my high school, and I'm still in AP English there. Then I go to a local community college to take college classes that'll give me credit for next year, and then the GPA that I accumulate this year will carry into my freshman year of college as well.
That is so outstanding, man. You're such a great role model. There is a young man or a young woman watching you today, and they were trying to figure out how they were going to make it through this chemo and deal with all of it, and you're sitting here as a testimony. What would you say?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be some low moments during the whole experience. You really can't avoid that. But the thing you can do is go into everything with a positive attitude. I'm a firm believer in if you have a positive attitude, then it'll most likely come with a positive outcome. But still allow yourself to, okay, yeah, this kind of sucks, but if I have the positive attitude, I'll get through it, and then better things will come when I get out of it.
Man, that is the way to have it. That is the only way to be, man, and I appreciate you being such a role model for so many young men and women all across America that really need to understand your story. Thanks again, Zach.
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie.
Hey, to find out more about the show, check out efficientstory.com. There you'll find out about our guests, our fans, and myself, Ronnie Green. And there's also a contact page because we'd love to hear from you. So check out efficientstory.com.
Man, I've missed 2 fish so far. Slowing down a little here, it's getting kind of windy, so I think we need to switch up the mojo a little bit. I'm gonna put a different hat on and see what happens. What do you think?
I think so, man. Yeah? What you got going on, man, with your mojo?
Put on my Abu hat here.
He's ready.
Oh, there's one.
Good one. Good one, yo. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice one there. That's a nice one.
Wow. There you go, Zach. Get him, baby. Hold him, hold him. Oh, oh.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I saw him coming from a mile away.
Bam.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He absolutely.
Oh, you saw him
look at how far down that thing is.
Oh, man.
He absolutely just annihilated
Yes,
that.
he did.
I saw the boil when it.
You did?
Oh yeah, he came up behind me. Hammered it.
Did he really? Oh, you said it best. You said when we least expected, a big one's gonna come and nail it. Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
That is, man.
Yeah.
Did it feel any different from the other fish? I mean, because you got a lot of good bites today.
Yeah, I mean, the other fish were just kind of tapping on it, but I actually saw that one before I felt it, and I saw the boil behind it and just set the hook before I really even felt it, and he was just right there.
That was like, bam.
7-pound dumbbell at the end of your line, you just, bam, hammer it.
Oh,
Great
how
time.
does that feel? I mean, your first big Florida bass.
It's very rewarding. Obviously, we've gotten bites earlier, and you've caught a couple, but
Yeah,
I've been waiting for that big one, and it feels good to finally get it.
You got him too,
Oh, yeah,
baby.
we hammered him. Let's go get some more. Let's go get some more.
That's right. Dave, man, thanks so much for being on the show. I mean, talking to Zach, this kid is so mature and he's so advanced and multi-talented in so many ways. I mean, there's a recipe for everything. And you and his mom have done an incredible job.
We've provided him the support and allowed him to do the things that really speak to him. Clearly, he's got some things that, you know, are part of him or part of his soul or however you want to think about it. But fishing's certainly part of it, and we were really grateful that he's had this opportunity, so thank you for that. Music has been a big part of it. Zach would, you know, maybe have a hard day at school or, you know, something, he'd come down and he'd spend, you know, 20, 30 minutes banging on his drum set, and that's just, it was a great stress outlet for him. So, you know, if you're watching your kids, you get to know your kids, you kind of understand what makes them tick and what they like to do, and then just let them do that. I think that's the best thing you can do for your kids. The best way to love them is that way, in my opinion.
Let's talk about some of the tougher times.
Sure.
The day you found out that your son had cancer. Walk me through that, if you could.
Sure. The day that he went to the hospital actually is not the day that we found out. We found out about 5 days later exactly what was going on with him. So it was a long period of waiting and kind of being faced with the unknown in that situation. We knew something was seriously wrong. We got admitted to the hematology oncology floor at the hospital, so we knew it was probably cancer. They had talked about lymphoma, but it took about 5 days for him to be diagnosed and have an official diagnosis of what was going on and how advanced the disease had gone. And that was a really difficult 5 days.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was really difficult to pick him up at school that day and say, hey, there's something possibly very wrong with you. We need to go to the hospital and see what's going on. But Zach was tremendously courageous throughout the whole thing, was very upbeat all the time. You know, there were days where he felt like crap, which chemotherapy is going to do to you, but he did not let it, you know, beat him or get him down. He just, you know, it was one day at a time. We had a little routine, and the rest kind of took care of itself. And fortunately, we had a tremendous outcome for him. So
help me understand the support system outside just mom and dad being there for Zach, because I'm sure there were so many friends and relatives and so many other folks.
Absolutely. I'm glad you bring that up. The community really banded together when they found out what was going on. They put together a big wiffle ball tournament to kind of honor Zach as a fundraising effort to help with some expenses. And then extended family has been really supportive. Grandparents, everyone has been amazing. So, and he's had some, you know, he's kept some really good friends throughout the process too.
That's huge.
I think it happened at a difficult time in his, you know, high school career, a couple days into high school where kids are creating their new friendships and bonds, and And, you know, he had a few and that stuck through that. And then he got back to school and now he's kind of the kid who, you know, he's the cancer kid, and kids that age don't always know how to deal with that.
Sure.
So I think there were some challenges, but overall, our community's been fantastic.
From what I understand, he speaks with a lot of charities and whatnot.
An organization called the Children's Cancer Research Fund. They promote cancer research for kids specifically. So Zach has gotten involved with that. He's done some speaking and presentations to groups. He's been involved with Make-A-Wish, where he's been, you know, not only did he get to go on a Make-A-Wish trip, but he's given back and speaking to their fundraising presentations and dinners and things like that. He got to speak at an NFL alumni dinner that Make-A-Wish was at.
So awesome.
You know, he got to meet some pretty cool people along the way, which is great for him. And he's really comfortable doing it. You can see he presents himself well.
Oh, yeah.
And I think people appreciate that about him. You know, it's authentic, it's genuine. He really, you know, is telling his story.
Thank you so much, Dave, for being on the show. We really appreciate you and Zach being here.
It's been great.
So join us next time on A Fishing Story.